The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has declared the suspended head of the Intelligence Response Team, Dcp Abba Kyari, wanted for alleged drug-related offences. Spokesperson for the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, who made the disclosure in a press briefing in Abuja this Monday, said investigation revealed that Kyari is a member of a global drug syndicate. Clearview TV's Emel Fonokon has the details.
Can Nigeria's famous crime buster, Abba Kyari, a deputy commissioner of police, be a leading member of a cartel of drug barons operating the Brazil-Ethiopia-Nigeria illicit drug pipeline? The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, says it strongly believes so and has declared him wanted.
The saga started on Friday, January 21, 2020, when Dcp Kyari initiated a call to one of the NDLEA officers in Abuja at 2:12 p.m. When the officer returned the call 2 minutes later, Kyari informed him he was coming to see him to discuss an operational matter after the Jumat service. By 11:05 a.m. on Monday, January 24, after the agency gave the officer the green light to play along, he and Kyari began a WhatsApp call for the rest of the day. The officer conveyed their willingness, in quotes, to play the game. At this point, Kyari disclosed that the 15 kilograms already taken out was shared between the informants that provided the information for the seizure and himself, as well as his men of the IRT of the Nigerian police.
But does the NDLEA need to declare Abba Kyari wanted if there's any serious criminal allegation against him which he needs to answer? The NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi provides explanations.
Kyari offered to send his younger brother to deliver the payments while his men delivered the suspects, but our officer turned down the suggestion, insisting he would rather deal with him in person and was therefore prepared to wait for him to return from Lagos. He also brought with him the money for the sale of 5 kg share of the NDLEA team, a total sum of $61,400. Our officer, however, preferred to take the money inside his car, where the car was wired with sound and video recorders.
Recall that in 2021, Kyari was alleged to have received a bribe from a self-confessed internet fraudster, Abbas Raymond, also known as Hush Bobby, now under detention by the FBI in the United States. Kyari was to have one Chizoba Vincent arrested and jailed in Nigeria following a dispute with Hush Bobby over a $1.1 million fraud they both committed against a Qatari businessman. Being a serving officer of the Nigeria Police Force at the time, Kyari was suspended and investigation was ordered into the allegations leveled against him by the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the U.S. The case is yet to be concluded, and now the alleged drug peddling connection. A troubling time for Abba Kyari, indeed. Imefonokon, reporting for Clearview Television.
And reports just coming in say police operatives have arrested the suspended head of the Police Intelligence Response Team, Abba Kyari, a Deputy Commissioner of Police. His arrest came hours after the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, declared him wanted over alleged drug links. Clearview Television will bring updates on this developing story. YIAGA Africa, a civil society organization committed to the promotion of democratic governance, human rights, and civic engagement, an organization of persons, has called for greater mass mobilization of Nigerian voters to come out and exercise their civic right by voting during elections in the country. YIAGA Africa's renewed appeal is coming against the background of low voter turnout during the just concluded February 12, 2022 FCT Council elections. On large-scale reports on the malfunctioning of bimodal accreditation and voting system BIVAS, the group's executive director Samson Itodo called on the electoral umpire to urgently carry out an audit of the BIVAS to ensure more credible conduct of future elections in the country. He also stressed the need for political parties and candidates to always play by the rules.
We call on political parties and the contestants to continue to show maturity and respect for the laid down rules and guidelines as provided both in the Electoral Act as well as the guidelines for these elections.
That what we're presenting is not out of place with what YIAGA have presented. As a matter of fact, we did make sure that our presentation is in sync with what they are presenting, and that's because we all work together to ensure that this election was properly observed. We did deploy to all the 6 area councils, but with focus on inclusivity component of the election.
We observed that the route, that's the road leading to the areas where most of the polling units were located, were inaccessible for persons with disabilities. We observed that there were neither ramps nor handrail for use by PWDs outside the voting locations. We observed that it was difficult for voters with disabilities to enter the polling unit and vote. This was largely due to barriers like the corridors and steps, the internal layout that made it difficult for voters with disabilities to participate in accreditation and voting.
YIAGA Africa commends the people of the FCT for the peaceful conduct and the resilience they demonstrated on Saturday, despite the logistical challenges that we observed. We want to appreciate, the support and collaboration of all the media personnel as well as security agencies who performed their national duty on Saturday. And we want to commend and laud our observers, our teaming observers who are in the 6 municipal area councils for their active citizenship in providing oversight on this election.